It's finally happening. New York Yankee fans have been calling for a change for all season long, dating back to last year, while Aaron Boone sat idly and did nothing. But now things are finally changing for the Yankees, and we have instantly seen a positive shift for this team, as now everyone looks at Brian Cashman on what the future of this shortstop position is, with all the turmoil surrounding Anthony Volpe right now. And there's a lot to go over with this, and a lot of moving parts that are going to seriously impact the next couple of years for the Yankees and their contention, and also the rest of this season. And we're going to dive into all of that, guys. But before we do that, if you're part of that 75% that's not subscribed to Yankees Digest, make sure to subscribe to Yankees Digest right now, or Anthony Volpe is going to start playing baseball on an everyday level with the Yankees for the next 15 years. But let's jump into the video. There's a lot to go over for the Yankees. As we know, Anthony Volpe has had just a completely and utterly atrocious season. There's no other way to put it. I have nothing against Anthony Volpe personally. There's no reason for me to have anything against Anthony Volpe. The only issue with Volpe is that he wasn't the player that we hoped he would be when we brought him up 3 years ago. When Volpe came in, there was a lot of hope surrounding the New Jersey kid who was going to be able to really show up and show out, with hype up to the level of people saying he could be the next Derek Jeter. And I think a lot of us were a little bit skeptical of that for obvious reasons, but when you look at it, we did expect a great player in Anthony Volpe, and what we've gotten is a bad player in Anthony Volpe. His fielding at shortstop has not been good. He should not have won that Gold Glove in his rookie year, but he did anyway. And look, honestly, when it comes down to Volpe, he's just never really been that good. He never has been great. And at first, it's like, all right, he's a rookie. There's things he's got to get over. I mean, he's got good power. He can run the bases well. He can field to a degree. Here's the truth about Anthony Volpe. He's a second baseman who's playing shortstop and can't really field at the shortstop position or hit well at all. And he's got good power. Again, the power's there, but I mean, the contact has not been there. It hasn't ever been there, and it hasn't shown up at all. So there's been a lot of concern about Anthony Volpe. He did go on a nice little run for himself before hitting a nasty slump, and now here we are looking at Volpe being completely benched by the Yankees against the Red Sox in this series. And I mean, when we look at Volpe and everything surrounding him, ESPN mentioned that Yankee shortstop Anthony Volpe was removed from the starting lineup Sunday night for the finale of a critical 4-game series against the rival Boston Red Sox. Volpe is mirrored in a 1-for-28 slump and leads the majors with 17 errors. New York started recently acquired utility man Jose Caballero at shortstop, and it prevented a 4-game sweep with a 7-2 win, albeit the Yankees still lost 3 of those games and it was a serious issue. Now, Aaron Boone talked about it, saying just scuffling a little bit offensively here in the last 10 days, and having Caballero, Cabby gives you that real utility presence that can go play anywhere. As we know, Aaron Boone is a few different things. He's a serial optimist, and on top of that, he's also a player's manager. He's a player's coach. He's going to really not go out there and bash his guys. There would be other managers out there, for instance, Joe Girardi, who would be like, yeah, he's playing poorly, so we had to bench him. And that's what it is. And I think that's the type of manager this Yankees team needs. However, they have Aaron Boone instead, who, in Aaron Boone's defense, he is the 30th best manager in the MLB. And, you know, that sounds pretty good before realizing there's 30 teams. So you think about it that way, but also at the same time, when it comes to Volpe and this whole situation, Boone finally made the right call by benching him. And obviously it's tough to do that considering Volpe's young and the hype surrounding him, but there was no choice. They weren't left with a choice here. I mean, Volpe on the season hasn't been good at all. I mean, he's got a career batting average of .222, and he's below that in year 3, the year we were kind of expecting him to break out. He's got a .208 batting average. He does have 18 home runs. He's hitting those, but he's only got 95 hits in his 457 at-bats. He's got a 1.4 WAR. His OPS is at 675. His slugging percentage is a 400. That's the only thing above average, and I guess his OPS by .1. But outside of that, the on-base percentage is poor. The base stealing solid, but that's really all there. He's a below-average offensive player who's also a below-average defensive shortstop. And those things can't happen, and you can't go and say, well, that guy's the future of our baseball team. That's who we're going to stick at shortstop for the next couple of years. Especially when you see Jose Caballero, who's not the oldest or the youngest guy in the world, but he has a better WAR than Anthony Volpe. In 236 at-bats, he has 61 home runs, and that is a bit better of a batting average with a 232. Again, it's not special, but he's a better fielder than Anthony Volpe. He is, I mean, one of the best base runners in baseball, and that's probably Volpe's best attribute as well. I mean, you look at Caballero, in this season alone, he's got 40 stolen bases. The man is a base-stealing just master. He was brought in to really be a pinch runner for the Yankees because they needed one of those guys. But now Cabby's going to have a way bigger role. He's bouncing around. He's playing the field a good amount as well. He's really getting out there. Now, he doesn't hit with any power, but it doesn't matter because Volpe's power comes at the cost of he's not hitting the ball ever. So it really doesn't have an impact on things. Now, on top of that, he's got a 668 OPS and an OPS plus of 88. Again, for reference, we look at that. Volpe is worse on both accounts when it comes to OPS. And Caballero, I mean, the only thing that's worse is his slugging percentage. And so that's the only thing Volpe has on him is slugging and hitting. And again, Volpe's 1 for 28, so it's not like that's really having a positive impact on the team whatsoever. So we have to consider all that when we look at everything, and that Jose Caballero has been excellent with the Yankees, hitting with a 286 with 8 hits, 2 home runs. 2 of his 4 home runs in the season are with the Yankees. He's got 5 RBIs and 7 runs scored in his 15 games played. He's got an OPS of 918, a slugging percentage of 536, an on-base percentage of 382, and an average of 286. You keep this guy. This is your starting shortstop now. This is the starting shortstop for the next year. It's going to be Caballero for the rest of the season, or at least it should be, because Volpe has there's no argument to keep Volpe going when, I mean, Caballero is sitting like this. But there's never been an argument for the Yankees to hold Volpe to this standard. And Chris Kershaw talked about that, saying Volpe has been one of the sport's least valuable players this season. He's the 3rd worst runs created plus, or weighted runs created plus, among all qualified shortstops. He's been the 9th worst base runner among all shortstops by Fangraphs base running runs above average metric. And he's been the 3rd worst defender at shortstop in outs above average. His 276 on-base percentage is the 3rd worst among all qualified hitters in the MLB. And yet the Yankees treat Volpe as if he's untouchable and above recourse. And it's absolutely absurd that they do this, but they definitely do this. And we all know they do this. It's not lost on us that they do that. I mean, as mentioned on Twitter by Fuzzy, Anthony Volpe is on pace for the rare sub 290 on base percentage 2020 season. The last guy to do that, Anthony Volpe, in his rookie year in 2023. Volpe is in a league of his own in just a madness that's not very good way. Now, Max Goodman also mentioned there are 88 players with 1,500 plus plate appearances since the beginning of the 2023 season. Anthony Volpe ranks 88 in batting average, so last. 88th in on-base percentage, so last. 87th in weighted runs created plus with 86, which is second to last. And 87th in OPS at a 666, which is second to last. The best way to put things, Anthony Volpe's not good at baseball. That's the best way to put it. He's just not good. I mean, some people, they're just not good. Anthony Volpe's one of them. That's all it is. Now, Volpe also spoke on getting benched and talked about it, and here's what he had to say. Volpe said, as a competitor and as someone who takes pride and wants to be out there every day, you just take it on the chin and you look forward. You look for the positives. If I do what I got to do, it'll be what it is. So it's all on me. Well, it is all on you, Volpe. You're just not playing well, and now you're benched, and I really don't see a reason why he should start over Jose Caballero at all until one of them proves that they shouldn't be starting and the other one proves they should be. And right now, Caballero has proved he should be starting. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Is there any saving grace on Anthony Volpe this year, or should he just stay on the bench? Because, he should. Let me know in the comments down below. Obviously, the Yankees are going to have to go out there and find a shortstop for the future. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day. Go Yankees. I'm aware that George Lombard Jr. is around, but it's still going to be like 2-ish years before we see him up here, which is more of a stopgap shortstop. So we'll look towards that. We'll see what happens. I already said all the outro stuff. Later.